Welcome back to another almost weekly edition of Video Game Takeout. Over the past couple of weeks, I've been getting a lot of requests for Kirby games, so I figured I better give you guys what you want. This is going to be the first and hopefully an ongoing series based on the Kirby games. Since people have basically requested every Kirby game that exists on the Game Boys, I figured I'd start from the beginning and work my way through them. So let's get started with the first Kirby game ever, Kirby's Dream Land. Since this is the first Kirby game to be made, some things are definitely different about the game. First off, Kirby is white on the US box art. This is the only time that Kirby was white instead of pink as his main color. It's been said that Sakurai, the creator of the Kirby series, wanted him to be pink, but Miyamoto wanted Kirby to be yellow. In the end, Sakurai won out, and Kirby was pink in the Japanese cover of the game. However, in the game, Kirby is white because this game came out before the Super Game Boy was released, and so it has no color. Another big difference is that Kirby doesn't have the ability to copy in this game. He just sucks guys up and then spits them out. You can swallow them, but they just disappear. Kirby didn't gain the ability to copy until the NES game came out about a year later. One interesting thing about Kirby is that he was never meant to be the star of the game. Sakurai made him as a placeholder until they could come up with something better, but the developers decided that they liked him so much that they wanted to keep him. The gameplay in this game is pretty simple. Basically, you run around avoiding enemies trying to find the door or star that will take you to the next part of the stage. At the end of every level, you fight a boss. Pretty basic and nothing too revolutionary, but what it lacks in innovation, it makes up for in polish. It's no wonder that this game spawned one of the most beloved franchises of all time. It's got solid control, fun levels, and awesome music, which is quite a feat on the black and white Game Boy. Unfortunately, there are no save slots or passwords in the game. You just have to beat it all in one sitting. The game was designed to be super simple and easy enough that almost anyone could finish it. Well, they definitely succeeded at that, because I was able to beat the game in just a little over an hour. Once you beat the game, it gives you a button combination you can press at the title screen to unlock a harder mode. This is nice for people that want to get some more time out of it, but it's still a short game. As the first in the series, the game is obviously a bit dated, but it has a good strong base, and it's fun even if it only lasts about an hour or so. I can't really recommend that you spend a lot of money on it since it's so short, but if you can find it cheap, there's definitely some fun to be had here. Now let's move on to the second game, also for the original Game Boy, Kirby's Dream Land 2. Kirby's Dream Land 2 came out 3 years after the original, and it is a vast improvement in every way over its predecessor. First off, the game has color if you use the Super Game Boy. Every set of levels is a different color, which is nice and helps break it up a bit, but the biggest improvements come in the gameplay. The game is much more in line with the later Kirby games. You have the ability to copy moves, and you can ride on animals to gain specific powers. Also, you can save in the game, which is nice because the game is quite a bit longer than the original. Just having the ability to copy makes the game more fun to play. Now instead of just sucking everyone up, you have powers that you can use. It makes the game much less repetitious, and it also adds a little bit of strategy. The one downside is that having all the powers and animals makes the game much easier because you basically get double the life bar. Still, the game is much more challenging than the original, and a whole lot longer too. The reason this game is so fun is because in every level they set you up to have the perfect power right when you need it. Sure, this makes the game easier, but as long as you hold on to that power, each part is tailor-made for you. It gives you a real incentive not to lose your ability while giving you sort of a meta challenge to see how long you can hold on to the best powers. The levels are also more varied than the original. With the addition of the animals, it gave the developers an excuse to make air and water levels a bigger part of the game. This helps keep the game moving along and always keep you doing something slightly different. Plus, you can combine your copy ability with the animals to make some awesome combinations. Overall, the game is a great sequel. It takes everything that the first game did right, and then improves on it. If you have to choose one of the two, go with the second. It's more varied, and probably about 5 times as long as the original. Either way, they're both good, simple fun. Sometimes an easy game can be a nice break from games like Contra 4 and Advance Wars, and these games definitely fit the bill. Well, that wraps up another show. If you want to see more episodes, please visit videogametakeout.com. If you have any questions or comments, please head over to retrowaretv.com and find my section in the forums. As always, thanks for watching and have a great week.